Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
There is a hope. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an epic performance, an epic episode of Life's Milkshake Moments and now Monday's session, Mindset Mondays. We started out on my broadcast this week, yesterday, with our radio show, Building Fortunes Radio, with 5 of the most epic authors. Now we're going into Mindset Monday with an absolute fabulous 4. We will continue on to Friday with Life's Milkshake Moments, noon Eastern time. And then we're going to have a special matinee performance on Friday. Why? Because our book, Ignite Your Faith, is launching, destined to be an international bestseller on Friday at noon. So take in all of these stories because your story matters. As you heard me singing the background vocals for Alicia Williamson, when he said, there is hope. There is hope because before we can have faith, there is hope. So to give you a little background of just who I am and what we're doing here, welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm Dr. Jody Baird, known as America's top foundational health coach for over 4 decades. I've had the honor and the privilege of taking 30,000 clients through over 1 million pounds of toxic fat lost. And during the COVID era, during these times that we've had the last 3 years, over 3,000 of my client patients have reclaimed, regained, restarted, and renewed their health. You see, that's important. I love my statistic. It makes me feel like I've done something, like it really matters. However, what really matters is the next pounds lost, the next health reclaimed can be yours. And it really does start oftentimes with this mental and spiritual and emotional mindset. My personal quote that I had in one of my Ignite books, and you're going to see this right here, Ignite Your Wisdom, where I was privileged to be project leader. And I said, when you take care of you and your world first, the world around you is empowered forever. Do you want to have power? Do you want to be empowered? Do you want to do the things that you were meant to do with your purpose? It starts believing in that mindset that it's possible. The iconic Les Brown, motivational leader, speaker, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, truly my mentor and personal friend, said, it's possible. It is possible for you to do what only you can do. Just believe it's possible because I'm possible. But guess what? You're possible too. Just believe this. So let's begin. Just take my hand, because health and life, in this case, our faith, our Ignite Our Faith journey, it's not something you do, but it's what you become along life's journey. On Mindset Mondays here on Traverse TV, we delve into this mental pillar on Mondays, that mental pillar of human existence. My distinguished co-authors here, my fellow authors in this anthology, this book, launching this Friday on the 16th from Ignite Your Faith. They all embody this epicness, not only in their professions, but what they have done in this book, but who they are for real. So before I bring these amazing authors up and we hear from each of them, I want to just say a big shout out to Ignite Publishing. Who knew that a little girl from small town Montana, a brown-eyed, brown-haired girl, now they're just touched up with roots because it's gray now, but who knew that this little girl would not only be privileged to have 1, 2, you've already seen Ignite Wisdom. See, Ignite Publishing creates winners. They find your Ignite story. There's going to be stories coming up in Ignite Your Purpose, Ignite Your Courage. So reach out to myself or the people at Ignite. We'll get you hooked up. Ignite the hunger in you for real. I've been a speaker with National Speakers Association for 2.5 decades, but I'd never written a story. And when I saw JB Owen with that pink hair, and I was invited to be a part of Les Brown's coaching collective, and I saw that pink hair, I was just electrified. I was drawn in. And then Les Brown said, your story matters. When you have your story, you can assimilate it into someone's life. You see, your story can save a life, save a business. In this case, I believe with Ignite Faith, and it will absolutely save a soul. This saved my story in perpetuity, what I talked about in Ignite the Hunger in You with the iconic Les Brown. And it propelled me into writing my own solo book. As you know, it debuted thanks to JB Owen, Peter Geeson, and the bevy of amazing professional cast of characters that they had. It debuted amazingly enough. And why this is so important. You know the story. We're going to hear Danya's video a little bit later. Danya Safar, the first employee of Ignite Your Faith, or actually Ignite Publishing, died. She didn't even have the graphics for Ignite Your Faith. She hadn't gotten that far. She died suddenly in a tragic hotel fire. 95% of my graphics were gone. Before I bring up the curtain call, what we were able to do, and I'm humble to say, with Ignite's help, the person, little Jody from small town Montana with the brown eyes, brown haired ponytail, had never written anything in her life. And now we have the 21 Days to Your Best You, 5-time international best-selling book. We sold 1.1 million books or downloads in our first week. Because if you're called and you feel like your faith is nudging on you, you will be equipped. I am living proof. Danya, as I said, her graphics, we prayed about it. We got the graphics 99% correct. I wanted the graphics that she had done for my book to live on. This was the 1st of April. We prayed. We used faith, and we were able to do it with an absolute courageous collective. Because what we need here in this world is an absolute heart-centered collective of servant-led leaders that are thinking about community. So before we go on, I just want to share with you what happened my May to remember. Yes, it was a May to remember with what did we do? My goodness gracious, 5 times bestseller. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's just deciding that there we go. Now we decided to cooperate. I want to thank you, my viewing audience, the some 35,000 that view our Mindset Mondays every single time. It's you that made this happen to make my dream come true. The 21 Days to Your Best You. Thank you. Thank you for taking the 21 Days to Your Best You, a concept that I'd have over my 4 decades, and making it an international bestseller in not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries. You know, Les Brown says that we've gone from brick and mortar rather to click and order. I've obviously live in the United States. I've been to Canada. I've been to the UK. Never been to Australia because of the click and order. We're number 1 in Australia. Because of click and order, we were number 1 in Brazil. And I didn't even need to meet Tom Brady's ex-wife, Gisele Bündchen. It just happened. So my goodness gracious, 14 categories. This was astounding. I love the one that we hit number 1 in wellness, social science, but the one because we're talking about my decades-long health coaching career, because we always started with the 6 pillars. Number 1 was the spiritual pillars. We're going to be talking about here today with Ignite Your Faith. Of these 14 select categories, 6 of them were the spiritual pillar. So what are you waiting for? I can tell you, you're going to be hearing about it later. We're going to be doing a 21 Days collective, our next steps. You'll hear about it at the end of our broadcast, that we're going to come together starting on the 28th of July. All you've got to do is download the book, send me a receipt, buy the book, send me the receipt to Dr. Jody Bear, my name, at gmail.com, and you'll be in that collective to go with it. 80% discounted price. So just remember, it is what you do in this life that carries you with your faith to the next. The iconic Burgundy Seagull of Love, Medicine, and Miracles wrote, joggers, vegetarians, and meditators die, but it's how you live that counts. Dr. Jody Barrett gives us a simple and attainable roadmap for life in 21 days to your best you, keys to the life of excellence. She not only asks the questions, but she gives you the answers. Reading her book is like training for a marathon. By the way, he did 10 of them. A marathon that you can have in this thing called life. You have to be willing to show up for practice too. So read Health Coach Dr. Jody's book and find your way to the winner's circles of life. And boy, these winners are who I have here today. And I'm going to introduce them as I bring them up, and make sure that you unmute yourself. First, I have Jammie Matheson. Goodness, RN turned, I've contracted you as being the hope pushing RN with the inspirational max to the max. Cheryl Viczko, you'll remember that name, rhymes with Crisco. And she made the goo and the oil to make anything baked feng shui to the world. Her solo book, along with her partner, Anita Adrian, is coming out soon through Ignite Publishing. You see, Ignite ignites our moments and turns them into something even bigger. And so I will say, Karen Rosser, goodness gracious, career military, world traveler, boy, even from St. Louis to a cell phone that starts with 808, Miss Hawaii, there we go. She just is a world traveler, but she likes to make people happy. So I've just coined you, Karen, as the happiness coach. I thought that fit. And as we said, we have one more. Give me 5 today. Give me 5 of us. Nichole Freeman, as Les Brown says, up in here, a spiritual winning warrior. She walks her talk and is a lifter of limiting beliefs. And she does it through her personal faith. So I will say, before we get going here, I'm just going to say, welcome all. So I'm going to highlight you, Jammie. I'm going to say, just come on and give us your best of what it looks like to say you are one above the rest. Jammie, I'll put you in the highlighted spot. Welcome to Mindset Monday and our beautiful array of you 5 fabulous women. So why did you say yes, Jammie, to Ignite and our faith book? Please share.
I have wanted to share my story of hope and faith for a long time. This has been 20 years in the process. When I was 29, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. It was a very aggressive type of cancer, and there wasn't a specific type of treatment for it. And I had many things that gave me hope and helped encourage my faith along the way, as well as the ability to understand and hear my inner voice. And more now than ever before, we need to be in tune with our inner voice. And really, that's what my story is about. That's what my power quote is. It's trust your inner voice. And so often we become deaf to our own inner voices. And so my hope is to share with the world a way that they can learn to trust their inner voice again.
Oh, and truly, you do that. You do that. So, I mean, without giving it all away, just a little trailer, because guess what? Y'all got to buy the book. You just got to buy the book. That's what it's all in. We will hit international bestseller when you buy the book. We'll hit international bestseller when on the 16th, when you reach out to and Amazon.com, it will be there. I'll give you the simple steps. Click the free download, purchase the book, and then write an honest review. Just tag all the way down to the bottom of the page. You'll see 5 stars. We love to get 5 stars, but I'm not pushing it. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And just go ahead and write it in there and say that you have purchased a book, and just give us a review, because it is absolutely so important to get this word of faith out there. So 20 years in the making, Jammie, here you are you're alive, you're thriving, you're just abounding. And when I said you're the hope, inspirational RN now. So I would love for you to just share a little trailer, but remember, they got to buy the book. So give us an insight about your story.
So my story in the book is about the day that I was closest to death. I was very, very sick. I stood up, couldn't stand. I had to get to a phone to call someone. Wasn't able to walk, of course. So I crawled to where I could get to a phone. I was able to lean up against our door in our bathroom. So I crawled through the kitchen, got to the bathroom, kind of stood up against the door and slid myself up and caught a glimpse of something in the mirror. And I was so close to death that I no longer saw my physical body. I was caught in a gaze, caught in a staring contest with my soul. And it was that day that we were waiting to see who was going to blink first. Was it me or was it the other side? And in this process, though, I want you to know that was not my Ignite Your Faith moment. My Ignite Your Faith moment is shared just a little bit beyond that point in the story. So that's my story. That's why I'm here. I was very blessed. I'll tell you one thing, that people say there is such a thing as deathbed repentance. There is not. When you are staring face to face, when you are caught in a gaze with your soul, you are not repenting. That time has already passed. That time is no longer available to you. What is there is your time to make deals. And I was making deals with whoever and whatever would listen to me as I begged for my life. From that point forward, I have always felt calm. I have always had the compassion and understanding that as long as I personally, it may not be everybody else's deal, but it's mine. As long as I do my best to do more on this side than the other, I will remain here. So I want to share hope.
And you do share hope. And thank you for staring the other side in the face and letting them blink first. Yes. Wow. So you've kind of already shared it, but is there anything else that you'd like to include on why you believe that faith is so important?
Yes, absolutely. Whoever you believe your creator is, they have placed all of us here in the time that we are at. We have a hard time having faith in our government. We have a hard time having faith in organized religion. Sometimes we have a hard time having faith in our families and those people that are supposed to love us the most. Our job is to have faith within ourselves. Hear our inner voices, learn to trust them again, learn to understand them. Because when you're staring in the mirror, that person that you're looking at is the one who is guiding your life. Smile at her, become familiar with her, get to be friends, and know that that person is the one that has the most impact over you.
Beautiful. Jammie, thank you. Hang around because we're going to do this as a round robin. Beautiful story. We're going to hear the rest of the quote when we get back. And I can truthfully say, Ms. Cheryl Viczko, you're the gooiness for baking like Crisco, because you absolutely miss feng shui with Cheryl V and what you have done. And I know you brought faith together with feng shui. So why did you say yes to Ignite in our faith book? Please share.
That's a really good question, Dr. Jody. And thank you for having me. And, namaste and blessings to have met these incredible other authors. What a treat. That was the icing on the cake for this Crisco girl. Why did I say yes? Great question. When the opportunity arose, the only word I could hear, and I say hearing in a very broad perspective, was healing. This will be healing. So for me, the journey itself was brought forward as an opportunity to heal.
Oh, And I always say with healing and hope are two things. You have to heal yourself to heal others and heal the world, just like your book that you're doing with Anita Adrian. I mean, I've got to say, Cheryl, this is kind of off topic, but as I was reformatting my house, now that we've demoldified it, and I was just going, okay, WWSD, what would Cheryl do? Because I could just hear your expertise with feng shui all the way through this. And I can hear, your story of healing. Just give us a little snippet, as I said, but you've got to buy the book. And by the way, Saturday, if you think you like these 5 stories of us, how about you go here and hear the other 24 at Ignitorama? You can go to drjody.com/live-upcoming events, and it's from 12 to 7. JB Owen goes nonstop. You will hear the 15 minutes of fame of We 5 plus 24. It's an event not to be missed. So give us a little bit of your trailer, little snippet, so they'll buy the book, Cheryl.
Little snippet. Okay, so if I'm going to do a tease, it starts with a little girl who decides if you can't answer her questions, she'll experience it. So she tumbles down the stairs at their farmhouse growing up. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. She has other experiences because that is the way this soul likes to learn. And it continues throughout her life to this day. The healing part comes in the writing of the story. And I still can't read it out loud to somebody else.
And guess what? Because the story that you wrote on, somebody is waiting on. So congratulations for stepping out in faith, doing that, and making it what it was destined to be, your story. So why do you believe that faith is so important in this time that we have right now?
Well, really, Dr. Jody and the other authors, faith is defined for many people in different ways. For me, it's trust, it's belief, it's having confidence in something, whether that's internal, external, a deity, whatever it is for you. It's different for everybody. We have to have, in my opinion, faith that we are here for the perfect reason, with the perfect people, at the perfect time, to continue on with our soul's life and our soul's mission. And the faith that takes us through some of the hardships and the hardest times and points of your life is your guide, is your northern light, northern star.
And you are our northern star. Experience it through healing. And if you just are on the go on that Saturday, go to Facebook, go to ignitetv.com. You can find it on the Facebook page, or this is the URL so we can hear not only we 5, but the other 24. Hang around, Cheryl, after this. I've just got to say, these last 13 months, getting to know you on a soulful level, I can only imagine how much healing is in your chapter and experiences this, because you're just one gooey gal. I just got to say that. Much love. Yes, you are. So we go from gooey and feng shui. Now we're going to the happiness coach. The happiness coach. Look at that red necklace. That just made me red happy all over. Welcome, Karen, to our Mindset Monday. And I would just love to know, why did you say yes to Ignite Your Faith in our book?
First, thank you, Dr. Jody, for allowing me this opportunity. I said yes to faith because I needed to take a leap of faith. I knew I had a story to tell. I wanted to release the guilt that I had that's been with me for years. And writing this story was the only way for me to release that guilt.
Oof. And all of a sudden, it's like then and you were free at last. I can tell it in the lightness of your aura here. I mean, yes, Cheryl's going like this. Okay, that's good enough. We can move on. So what was that leap of faith? Can't tell it all. Remember it. The whole thing is you got to buy the book. Okay, you got to buy the book. So you can experience it, because I will tell you, get one for yourself. Go give another away. Go ahead and give it to your local library. Someone's life will be dependent upon that story. Could be yours. So that leap of faith, give us a quick trailer, Karen, please.
So my part of the book talks about the journey I took as my mother was dying from cancer. I am an only child, and it just the disbelief I had, I didn't want to believe it was happening. My unwavering faith that I didn't have in God anymore. I just thought that I kept asking him why me, why my mother, and I had a faith moment where I stopped asking why, and I started saying, why not me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, why not me? Why not? So you turn that faith moment into being, the happiness coach. That's what I'm going to call you from now on for real. So going through that, rather from why me to embrace me. Is there anything else that you feel like you want to add to that? I mean, y'all are just melding these questions so amazingly together, but why? Anything else about why you feel faith is so important, especially in today's climate?
So I think that faith is probably like a lost art for some. We have faith, we don't exercise it. And I think that sometimes we just have to take that leap of faith. We have to get out there and take the leap of faith. I'm a very private person. So for me to actually tell this story, it was challenging. It was emotional for me. I cried the whole time, reading it. I still cry, but I feel like I have released it to the universe, and maybe it will help somebody else who are probably going through the same thing or did go through the same thing.
It will, Karen, because remember what I said earlier on, your story will save, it may save a life. It may save a business. It may save a soul. And I believe that this is what these 29 stories of us will do. And certainly yours. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this so soulfully. I love this. I mean, the leap of faith. I can just see now faith becomes an exercise, like me being the triathlete. It really works like that. So Karen, please hang around, and we're going to get to our cleanup hitter with Nichole. So please stick around. Okay.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Yeah. So Miss Nichole, my goodness gracious, come into center stage. Would you please? And I tell you, just when you were talking about you living your purpose and you walk the talk, when you were saying, well, my faith just parallels what I do in life. Do you realize in your bio, you didn't say what you did in life? That's why your faith is what you do in life. So thank you for being here. Why did you say yes to Ignite Your Faith book?
Well, Dr. Jody, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity, and to the Ignite family as well. And I said yes to writing and Ignite Your Faith because the Lord had been speaking to me in 2022 about faith. And I have been meditating on faith scriptures in the Bible. And I was coming towards, in my business, branding Activate Your Faith, right? A program. So in January, when I saw that Lady JB was launching the book, Ignite Your Faith, I thought that was fate, right? So
faith became fate.
Right,
I love it.
Right. So I just felt that it was destined. It was time to get my story out.
Awesome. Oh, and that you did. By the way, my little homework before we had this show, is that now I had read Cheryl's because I know Cheryl from our solo book project, but I read y'all's as well. And a half a Kleenex box later. I mean, didn't you feel like that, Nichole, when you read everybody's stories? Hello, the power. Woo-hoo.
So powerful.
So that little power piece, only a trailer. You can't share the whole thing. It's not allowed because you're going to get this, y'all. Buy the book. Buy the book. It will save a life, save a soul, save a business. Maybe all three. But what's your trailer? Your little enticement, so to speak.
So I start out by telling about an event that happened to me. It should have been like a joyous occasion, right? However, lo and behold, it was extremely traumatic and devastating. And I literally lost who I was. I lost faith in God. I lost faith in myself. I lost my way. Yeah. And but then I have my ignite moment that everyone can read about. And I come out of it. And it really showed me the goodness and the faithfulness of God. Because had I been God, I would have given up on Nichole. Like the Nichole I become,
yeah.
I would have said, I'm done with you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, she's over here.
Right. But he's so good and he's so faithful.
Oh, I mean, faithful, and not one that's going to say that that is fatal, that you're just going to be plucked out, because he is the great shepherd. So why do you believe that faith is so important right here, right now? I mean, you have a whole brand, you have a whole business around it. I think y'all, when after you finish up your solo book with just like Cheryl, y'all have to come back and let's share and debut your solo book on faith, okay? And your branding, okay? Come back. But right now, why do you believe faith is so important?
Well, to me, faith is total and complete confidence in. I'm not going to say something. I'm going to say in God, right? So as Jammie stated, faith, it's kind of difficult for a lot of people right now to have faith in systems. I'm going to say systems. I'm not just going to say government, different systems, right? So I believe faith is so important right now because people need something to hold on to. There's so many people who are not even dreaming anymore. There's so many people who are losing their way and losing hope and don't know where to go. So I believe faith, again, is so important to have something to hold on to. Because again, faith to me is the evidence of things hoped for, the thing not seen, right? So holding on to that faith gives you something. It's giving you something to hold on to for your next.
Oh, and the next and the next. So please hang around. I'm going to do a little snippet about my chapter, Nichole, and then we're going to come back and hear these power quotes. And I think, ladies, let's just have your chapter title ready as well, shall we? So let's do that. And let's just go ahead and say, up in here, because my chapter in Ignite Faith actually was the first one I was going to write in Ignite the Hunger, but it didn't fit the what should I say, the genre of the title. And then now I realize that I've got Ignite the Hunger in you, Ignite Wisdom, which was my wisdom as a single parent. And then now the 21 Days to Your Best You, which is my life story, as my husband calls it, the magnum opus. Remember the girl who didn't even write anything, had never written, didn't think she could write. Go check out Ignite. Now that rhymes, but it's really true. Okay. Then we go into what I wrote in Ignite Your Faith, which was my first story. My story is called Messengers on the Shoulder. My quote I'll leave for later on. But I was so busy. Life was spinning around. Guess what? The universe will stop it for you. I said yes to JB to write in this book as my curtain call for my 4 being in perfect harmony. I'm sure that that Cheryl would agree with that harmonious thing of the number 4. Why? Because I knew that I needed to get the story up on when I was hit by a drunk driver. See, we all have messengers. They're commonly known as angels. I call them messengers on the shoulder. But it was the messengers along the shoulder of the road. And I'm telling you, the creator of all always gives his best. I'm telling you, these messengers, they look like Prince Harry and Owen Wilson. They were handsome. They were handsome. They were handsome. They pulled me when I had faith, and I called upon my faith out of this burning car that was ready to explode. They pulled me out. And the next thing I remember is I heard an explosion and I saw the fire. So know that your faith can bring you out of the fire. Your faith can see you through. And your faith, as we said with these fabulous women, we're going to take a commercial break and then we're going to come back. Because why? Because there is a sponsor that I have with Confidence Tones. I want to put this up right there. Remember, drjody.com/live upcoming events to get your key in to this Saturday event. But Confidence Tones truly is. This is a one-of-a-kind program. Confidence Tones is a one-of-a-kind program. Why? Because you will feel your faith. You will feel a trajectory of happiness. This one's for you, Karen. You will find a trajectory of happiness and how you just go ahead and live your life when it starts with confidence. This is a program that I co-created, and it's based, and you will hear, on brain immersion to get into your psyche, to not only change the trajectory, but through the brain infusion and brain immersion, it really can and will make a difference. So take a look, take a listen to what we're feeling here with our sponsor, Confidence Tones. And we'll be right back after we just hear this message from Confidence Tones right here, right now.
Welcome to Confidence Tones, where we use a proprietary audio development formula called audio immersion to provide an experience that's designed to help quickly and effortlessly generate positive change in the subconscious mind when used correctly. This experience is achieved using 4 primary building blocks: brainwave modulation, invocation of positive emotions, immersive imagination stimuli, and developmental suggestion. We know of no other source in the world that provides the synergistic combination. With a good pair of headphones, you'll be able to immerse yourself into audio that's designed specifically to help you feel better, do better, and live better.
Feel better, live better, do better. Not only Confidence Tones, but that is what our book, Ignite Your Faith, is all about. So I want you to say that you saw at the beginning with my PowerPoint. Get ready for our curtain call. The next step is the 21 days to your best you mastermind. Before we get back to our amazing speakers, I will tell you, we are starting this on the 28th of July. You know, y'all have been with me through this demoldifying of our house. I need a couple of weeks to get that done, so we're centered and grounded. But then I'm ready to level you up in your health, and it begins with what we're doing on the 28th of July. The 28th of July, all you got to do is buy the book. You can go to drjody.com or buy it from Amazon. It matters not. Just go ahead and just have something that's very, very important to just go ahead and do and get the book. It will change your life. Then take a picture of your receipt. Then send it to Dr. Jody Bear, my name, drjodybear.com. Then guess what we're doing after that? That's when we are going to show up, show out, And for an 80% discount, you'll see it up on social media. It's a $4.97 21-day blitz, which is a real bargain considering I know the work with these things. But after that, if you say, I was here on Traverse TV, I was with your Ignite Your Faith authors, you have a deeply discounted price for only $97. So ladies, before I bring you up, and it will be your power quote only, it will be amazing just to hear these power quotes. I want to just give a curtain call for Ignite Publishing. You don't hang around with an organization for 3 years unless it's the real deal. So here is JB on as only she can do, talking about Ignite the possibility in you. Oh, no. Let's just do a different one. I've just decided it differently. Let's talk about, because it's the School of Hope. This is what we're doing. Let's listen and take a listen and hear about Ignite Humanity, because this is what faith is doing. But it is good to ignite the possibility of it, but the possibility of igniting humanity in the world. Take a look, take a feel, take a listen.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.
Tell your story, ignite humanity, ignite your life. Isn't that what we have done, ladies, with this amazing opportunity to ignite your faith? I can truthfully say, as I get you right in order here, there we go, that to me, not only seeing this ignite humanity, know that in this click and order, this laptop lifestyle, who knew that we were going to lose Danya? Who knew that this was going to be really a life-changing thing for me? I know that Danya and I had many a talk as I was finishing up this book. I said, y'all gonna be there and keep it moving for us, right? And I can truthfully say that there was one time I had in my meditation, she was just saying, oh, just get about your business. She was annoyed with me. It was just like she was annoyed. Of course this is going to happen. But I want you to feel this is the spirit of Ignite. It's just not a publishing company. It's just not an empowering company. It's just not a motivational branding company to elevate you and your brand. But what JB and Peter are coming back from, so we can debut our book, is the School of Hope in Indonesia. And when it was going to be Cambodia, and when Danya died, I had this conversation with JB. I said, do you know anybody in Cambodia? She said, no. I said, but you know a little girl who's no longer with us that was from Pakistan. And now I'm happy to say that the proceeds from my book has donated an extra $15,000 to the School of Hope. We were almost there for our $35,000. And by the way, if y'all are climate conscious, it's 100% recycled materials. It is the plastic bottles that we all drink from, put together in bricks, in the school, in the desks, in the chairs, so it's environmentally friendly. And they're going to be this friendly remembrance for Danya's family when they see that her legacy continues in the Ignite, the Foundations of Hope, in this graphic designed for graphic design for young children. And so I want you to just take a look, take a listen, because this is truly, truly, truly what Ignite Humanity does and Ignite Publishing. Here is a little tribute to the late Danya Safar. The Danya Safar embodied beauty, genius, insightful design. Our cover and of Ignite's artistry will find all the details of graphic artistry in her intuitive vision. Her soulful insight is felt through her ingenious design. Danya is reflected in Elton John's Candle in the Wind and John Denver's profound lyrics, It's About Time. We're all in this together. May your artistry live on in all of us and in all of those who experience your visual masterpiece of your cover of this book. It is not the length of your life, but the life of your years. As artists and creatives, we will support guiding these children, and you will too, from afar, in her native hometown in Pakistan. Through the School of Hope, half of all proceeds of our book, The 21 Days to Your Best You, Keys for a Life of Excellence, will go to the Danya Safar School of Hope. Rest in peace, Danya. You've left a legacy. I called to have your Kleenexes ready, didn't I? So there's a slight delay here, so we're just going to go ahead and run with it. It'll be back here. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're having thunderstorms. Who knew? But this is a thunderstorm of faith. I just wanted to say, Jammie, please share your power quote as you're seeing, and just a couple of words about how did it feel to see that video about Danya?
My power quote is trust your inner voice. And legacy means so many different things. And for someone who wasn't planning to step away, wasn't planning to be on the other side, what an amazing legacy she left. And we all should live that way every single day, because we don't know which day is going to be our last. When we step out, what are we leaving behind us? And I can only envision, strive, dream to leave a legacy like she has.
Beautiful. Say your quote one more time, Jammie.
Trust your inner voice.
Trust your inner voice. Okay, Miss Cheryl, that's just beautiful, Jammie. Just as you are hope nurse pusher, inspirational pusher. Cheryl, give us some gooey baking oil with your Miss Viczko Crisco with your power quote.
You crack me up, Jody. Well, most appropriately, my power quote is, when your heart is happy, your face smiles.
Oh, and you smile every time. No, you can't deny it. And when I see you, my face smile goes from Florida back to Canada. I love you with my whole heart. Thank you, Cheryl. My goodness gracious. So Karen, please share your power quote with us. Would you please? Happiness coach.
My power quote is, don't ask God why. Just simply say, why not me?
Why not me? Why not you? Why not now? Boy, Miss Now with her faith. Nichole, what is your power quote?
My power quote is, trust the plan and process, even when you cannot see the path.
That is to trust the process. And mine is have faith, live faith, do faith. It is an action word every single day. Take those anywhere. You can have faith, do faith, live faith, but you need all three. Ladies, I just thank you for the gifts that you're going to be giving on this TV station, on this TV show, hearing your inspiration. Thank you for being here and being a part. Radio show yesterday, Mindset Monday today, then on to Thursday at noon, our Life's Milkshake Moment, and then a Friday matinee. Thank you for allowing us not only to create an international bestseller, to create an event that will be second to none, an Ignite-A-Rama. And you can go to drjody.com/, I'm going to bring it up on the screen one more time, upcoming events. But this is the one that's most important. You can go ahead and be a part of this with purchasing the book, because the proceeds of every book from Ignite goes to the Memorial School, or you can become a patron and just donate to the Danya Savar Memorial.com. Help us create a life of legacy, because she's done this. And I can just say, my goodness gracious, ladies, thank you. Thank you, Jammie. Thank you for gracing the stage. Thank you for giving us that inner voice. Thank you, Cheryl, for going ahead and say that it's faith, but fate. My goodness gracious, and Karen to saying that it is truly that healing that happens because of the experience. And Nichole, I thank you so much for saying that it truly is just a leap of faith. So I end this broadcast just grateful for all 5 of us, but the 4 of you. And whether it's in business or professional or personal, personal, we're all one human being now, aren't we? It's necessary, as Les Brown says, to do what only you can do. Do it with your faith at this point. And why? And do it as though your life depends upon it, because guess what? At the end of the day, it really does. So I want to end this broadcast with a poem that I wrote decades ago that's been quotable many times, and I feel like it's very poignant. Right here, it's called Our Creator. Our Creator said, build a better world. And I simply said, can you show me how? This world is such a cold, dark place. It's so complicated now. I am just one, so passionate, yet helpless. For there is so much here to do. Then I felt his spirit, his loving touch, his voice, as he spoke to me and said, so build a better world, my dear one. Give others healing, faith, and hope. Start with this one, then go to 2. And then you have become your life's work to build a better you. Mindset. Be your best, because when you are at your best, with your spiritual pillar and your faith intact, people will feel you. So have a healthy and positive kind of mindset day. And you know how we do it around here? Well, you just do it the Dr. J way. Ciao for now.